Hey folks, I thought to give a few thoughts about um, Charlie Kirk. Um, I have admired his. I'm not a huge political person, I just stick to the gospel, but Charlie Kirk was definitely a figure in our generation. Um, not afraid to speak his mind, and he shared his values with others, and it's sad. It's really sad uh, when someone takes the life of another because they don't like what they're saying. That just speaks volumes about his impact on society, on people, on for the good. Um, and it's so reminds me of the other figures in our history, from Abraham Lincoln to Malcolm X and JFK, and Martin Luther King Jr. would be a good example of people. They can't stand what you're sharing and saying and representing, so they just assassinate you. And that's what evil does. They can't stand the truth, um, and what do they do? They destroy it. They destroy those who speak it. Um, Priests are martyred for the gospel. Um, Political figures are martyred for their their thoughts and views. Big or small, Charlie is going to be forever remembered as an American martyr, and I think it's appropriate. I just found out he's going to be posthumously awarded the Freedom of Medal, the Freedom Medal, Presidential Freedom Medal. I can't remember how to say it, but to his family and he's got two little kids, a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and his wife, Erica, and just pray for the family. And um, you know, in the church, we believe that the blood of the martyrs of the church are the seeds of the future church. And so it goes also with any martyr. Um, you can, for those listening, be inspired. Continue the work he was doing. Don't be afraid to speak the truth. Don't be afraid to have a good debate about it. And Charlie had his views, and he wasn't afraid to share them. They were conservative. He was a Republican. You know, but there are other people who don't believe in those things, and you know what? That's what's awesome about America, is we can all be different, but we shouldn't kill each other over the differences. There's plenty of room in this country for all people to have their views, their values, and I think it's important to, he's going to be in the history books now during this period of time, during this generation, during this presidency. So prayer. It's heartbreaking to know that this happened, and an animal out there thought it was appropriate to, snipe someone just because what they say. We all have a right to speak. It's why it's in our First Amendment rights. It's not the 50th Amendment right. It's not the 40th. It's the first. And in our country, we hold that dear. And the reason is because the founding fathers, their voices were shut. They weren't allowed to carry guns in Europe. They weren't allowed to oppose this dictatorship or this totalitarian regime. That's why America was built on the values that it is built on. Freedom of speech means freedom to speak whatever your heart and mind says, even if it's negative stuff. Even if it's bad stuff, you still have the right to say what you want. It's just, it's about as American as it gets. And everyone, this is not a right thing or a wrong thing. It's a human thing. It's not a right or a left, liberal, conservative thing. We all enjoy those inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And so, yeah, this is my thoughts on. I'm a moderate, technically. I'm actually a Democrat. I grew up with my grandpa and grandma, and they were Democrats. We were Union folks. We grew up in central Wisconsin in the paper mills, and we were blue-collar Democrats. We were Kennedy Democrats. So I'm I'm not speaking on behalf of any political platform other than my faith and my vocation, but we need to at least respect each other's views, and we got to get along with them. I mean, there should be no room for hate. Can't be happy without it. You can't really truly be happy if you're full of hate. You know, you gotta let that stuff go. We gotta come together again. There was a time when all people, no matter what political view, religious view, or ethnicity we all used to get along, and we need to do that again. God bless.